Hello. All right, day 2 of Cannes. I'm hanging out outside here for a second, just stepping out to say hello to you all. I wanted to show you, this is a bunch of pavilions here. This is outside here. This is where a lot of the large companies are at. There's A&E's over there, and then Lionsgate's over there, and then over that way is Paramount. In fact, I'll walk down this way for it. This is where some of the larger groups is, like people that you would recognize. Fox Global International's over there. So think of these big pavilions. I'm sure they're paying a small fortune for. But inside them are executives and salespeople, and they're meeting with people, and a lot of buying of content here. That's one of the things I've kind of learned, or at least discovered. At least that's what I'm hearing, is that a lot of the acquisition teams are not here. It's more like they're buying for the network stuff that's already been licensed. So a lot of the companies, if it's XYZ French company, they're going to be buying already licensed content. People like me, producers, who have content to sell to them, for licensing rights. There's not a lot of the people here from the acquisitions team that are here for it all. So it's been an interesting market, to say the least, and discovery process of this whole thing. So the market itself is made up of a bunch of different buildings. I just walked into the Riviera 7. There's Riviera 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 there. This is, as you can hear all the loud voices, just booth after booth after booth. So this is New and Connect. That over there that's New and Connect as well. So these booths are kind of big here. This is, I don't know what the heck this is. This is 9 Story Media. And then this is something. Some of these companies, they're a bunch of foreign companies. I can't even pronounce half the dang things. They're all over the place, packed in here, and each of them do different things. It's a market, it's a big conference. If in Vegas we got tons of conferences. That's exactly what this is. It's just a conference for film people. So you've got different categories of people represented here. So there's specific regions. Like right now we're passing, this is Spain, España. That's Spain. There's a Turkish contingency. There's a Chinese contingency. There's an Australian contingency. There's a British, French. Every region has a contingency here that is. They're kind of like grouped together, and then there's a few outliers in those regions that are sort of spread out throughout. But each region is a market unto itself, in fact. So that's pretty neat. It's kind of neat to see. And then second is you have specific organizations that specialize in specific content. Like this is AMC's booth here, and this is The Walking Dead. That's them. So that's AMC. They've got a specific brand that they do, but there's ones here that do just documentaries. It's all they do is just documentary work, and there's others that do unscripted stuff like reality shows. There's some that are dramas, and they do a lot of television type stuff, and there's others that just represent movies, films. So you've got regionalist specification, and you've got content type specification here. It's really interesting just to see and learn and to experience it all, because prior to coming here, I don't know what the heck I was really going to see. I was just like, oh, well, that's where you go and sell a film, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, when you get here, you start to realize how specialized each of the areas are, and that this is a process just like any type of industry. I mean, if we were selling cars, this is a similar process. It's a sales conference. So that's the kind of the behind the scenes of this whole thing. It's really quite interesting here. Let me to give you a view of the ceiling constantly, but some stuff like some key takeaways. If you're going to come to these conferences, set up meetings in advance. Trying to go up to these booths after the conference has started, it's really kind of challenging. You can get in, especially if you got something they're interested in talking to you about, but it's not the easiest. There's a lot of doorkeepers here that don't want you to come in, don't want you to talk to anybody. So setting up meetings in advance is a big deal. What else? At this, get as many contacts as you can. No deals are made at these conferences. No deals are being made here. At least if they are, they're limited, right? Instead, what you'll have better success with is setting up a meeting, getting somebody's contact information, and then sending them stuff afterwards, following up with them afterwards. That's the part that is a big, I think I knew that, but it's definitely a realization to say, oh, that's how you're supposed to do this. It's loud as all get out. I'm going to walk outside so it's not quite so loud in here for you guys. So it's a lot about the follow-up, which means you have to take really good notes. So like I meet with somebody and then I go scramble and find a spot and I like write down all these notes because I want to remember it because I will forget. And I'll be like, I'll see a business card. I'm like, what did I talk to this? Well, who are they? Blah, blah, blah. It's really interesting. And then the other thing is that when you go talk to someone, finding something that you can relate to them is really valuable. I went and talked with one of the Turkish companies here, and because our editor Batu is Turkish, it was like something I could talk to him about, which was really, I don't know, they got a kick out of hearing that it was a Turkish editor for it. I got a kick out of telling them, and that little bit of relatedness goes a long way. So pretty definitely something where if you can relate to them on some level, talk about something other than your movie. Talk to them about your kids. Talk to them about the posters that behind them. Talking about how you love their Pokemon stuff. I went to the Pokemon booth there. This is a Pokemon booth, and I was like, I got a couple of buddies that they love this stuff, and they would love to get involved with some productions with it. And can I get some contact info and we can connect with afterwards? And they're like, yeah. And it was purely because I knew guys that love Pokemon that it started a conversation. So. That's my sort of my learning thing is I knew it, but it's like it's cool to put it in practice and to see it actually still works there. So, anyways, this is my last day here. I'm going to bounce out of here in the morning. I feel like it's been a very successful conference for me. Incredible learning experience for me. Lots of great contacts and lots of good opportunities. In fact, there's a massive one that's happening here this next week of like. The contact that I'm like, I just cannot believe that we're actually talking with this organization. So I will give you more details later as it sort of develops. But it's cool. It's a lot of work, but it's definitely been a worthwhile endeavor. So, anyways, that's it for today here. I'm going to keep meeting with people and chat with you guys later. Bye.